What happened to the sun over 7,000 years ago? It had a spout of abnormal activity. Analysis of tree rings reveal highly abnormal solar activity in the mid-Holocene. Nagoya University Science Daily reports, by analyzing the level of a carbon isotope in tree rings from a specimen of an ancient bristlecone pine, researchers have revealed that the sun exhibited a unique pattern of activity in 5,480 BC. That's over 7,000 years ago. And by comparison, this event with other similar but more recent phenomena, they reported that this event may have involved a change in the sun's magnetic activity or a number of successive solar burst emissions. The international team led by researchers at Nagoya University, along with US and Swiss colleagues, has identified a new type of solar event and dated it to the year 5,480 BC. And they did this by measuring carbon-14 levels in tree rings, which reflect the effects of cosmic radiation on the atmosphere at the time. And they have also proposed causes of this event, thereby extending knowledge of how the sun behaves. When the activity of the sun changes, it has direct effects on the Earth. For example, when the sun is relatively inactive, the amount of a type of carbon called carbon-14 increases in the Earth's atmosphere because carbon in the air is absorbed by trees. Carbon-14 leaves in tree rings actually reflect solar activity and unusual solar events in the past. The team took advantage of such a phenomenon by analyzing a specimen from a bristlecone pine tree, a species that can live for thousands of years, to look back deep into the history of the sun. Quote, we measured the 14C, that's carbon-14, levels in the pine sample at 3 different laboratories in Japan, the US and Switzerland, to ensure the reliability of our results. A.J. Timothy Jewell of the University of Arizona says, we found a change in the 14C that was more abrupt than any found previously, except for cosmic rays events in 775 AD and 994 AD. And our use of annual data rather than data for each decade allowed us to pinpoint exactly when this occurred. The team attempted to develop an explanation for the anomalous solar activity data by comparing the features of the C14 change with those of other solar events known to have occurred over the last couple of millennia. Quote, although this new discovered event is more dramatic than others found to date, comparisons of carbon-14 data among them can help us to work out what happened to the sun at this time. Fusa Miyaki of Nagoya University says, we think that a change in the magnetic activity of the sun, along with a series of solar strong bursts or very weak sun, may have caused the unusual tree ring data. Although the poor understanding of the mechanisms behind unusual solar activity hampered efforts to definitively explain the team's findings, they hope that additional studies such as telescopic findings of flares given off by other sun-like stars could lead to an accurate explanation. This is from Nagoya University. It's on Science Daily. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. and we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.